What's up, my dudes? Today we are in my room because it's kind of disgusting outside. It's really grim. I mean, living in Vancouver, what do you expect? But yeah, it is just downpour outside. So I decided to be in my room. It's a lot nicer. Anyways, I want to talk about something that has been on my mind the past couple days. I think it can provide quite a bit of value to you guys, so I want to talk about it. The other day, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, seeing what people had to say, seeing what was up. Facebook decided to hit me with one of those highlight notifications. You know, the things that it's like, 2 years ago, you posted this, or 2 years ago, you said that. Facebook showed me one that said, 2 years ago, you posted this video, and it was a video I made about Lighthouse Park, which is a park in Vancouver, and at the time I was so stoked on it. I loved this video. I went to Lighthouse Park with a couple friends. I brought my Canon 70D and I filmed a cinematic, like a 2-minute cinematic video, and I was beyond stoked with it when I got home and edited it and finished it. So fast forward 2 years to a couple days ago when I saw it on my Facebook feed and I was like, oh yeah, I remember making that video. I loved it. And so I pulled it up, I watched it, and all I could think was, wow. I could only see things that were wrong with it, things that I could have improved upon, things that I should have done differently, and all I could do was criticize and nitpick this video that 2 years ago I was stoked on, but today I think is not that great. And that was cool to me because in this era that we live in, the social media era where you're always seeing people in your field that are doing such amazing work, it sometimes can get a bit demotivating or even a bit sad that you see your work and you compare it to others. And sure, my work is not where I want it to be. One day I want to be way better than I am today, but it's humbling looking back and just 2 years ago where I've come from. And with all of that just running through my brain, I came up with 2 tips that really stuck out to me and allowed me to take my work from here to here, and hopefully will continue to take my work from here to way up there. Now, the first tip is constantly improving upon what you do. With every time you do it, you have to constantly improve. And this doesn't just apply to filmmaking. In fact, this applies to any area in your life that you want to get better at. It's just striving to consistently do better. So from a video standpoint, it could be something as simple as changing the way that I color my videos, or maybe messing with the audio and going a little bit deeper and messing with an equalizer, something that I haven't touched before. It could be simple, it could be complex, but regardless of what it is, always doing something better than you did the last time. And it's cool because I've been doing this since day one, and I've actually seen it transpire, and I've seen it change the way that I film things, and I can see the results from it. Every video I make, I consistently try to do one thing different or better than what I did the previous video. Sometimes I don't like it, sometimes I ditch it the next time I make a video, but sometimes I really like how it turned out, and I keep that change, and it adds to my workflow, and I'm now one step closer to where I want to be. I really do believe that if you consistently try to better yourself, you will improve. Over time, it might not seem like a lot right now, but looking at the grand scheme of things over that 2 years, you will see where you are now and where you've come from. Number 2, and something that I think is equally as important, and it's very closely tied with number 1, is to disregard perfection. Now, this is something that I'm constantly working at, and I still have to work at to this day. So back to the video example. When I was making this video 2 years ago, I remember before I uploaded it, I had the video there and I watched it. And I remember seeing one clip that was like a teeny bit too long or too short or something like that. So I decided to scrap the video, go back into my editing software, fix that, and then re-render it and bring it out. And then after watching it again with the new video, I remember seeing another issue and taking it back and re-rendering it all again and doing that. It just took hours, and I would do this consistently with any video I make. I would find little teeny imperfections that no one else would notice, and I would make sure that I fixed them so I could feel like it was my perfect video. And looking back on it, I wasted so much time doing all of these teeny tweaks and all these teeny things to something that now I look back on it and I go, wow, I could have done so many things drastically differently. I could not even remember the individual clips that I tweaked or the individual things I did. Taking perfection above everything else is not the way to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do not put effort into what you do and what you create. You have to be proud of it. You have to be happy with it. But what I am saying is don't nitpick. You are your hardest critic, and you are the only one who's going to notice those teeny minute details that in the grand scheme of things do not matter. You're going to waste so much time and spend so much energy concentrating on and fixing these things to eventually release it and a couple days later not even realize what you've done. So it's way more important to create something you're happy with and you're proud of and just get it out there if we're talking about videos. Or if you're thinking about starting a venture or doing something that you've never done before, do not sit there and wait on it until every little thing lines up. You've just got to do it. You just got to go for it. And I think you have to put effort in and be very happy with what you've created, but you cannot dwell on the teeny imperfections. So with those two things in mind, I think it has allowed me to take my content from over here, where it was 2 years ago at Lighthouse Park, to where it is now. And I think by continuing to do those things, disregard perfectionism and constantly be improving, it will allow me to take it from here to up there where I want it to be one day. So yeah. It's just been something that's on my mind, and I really wanted to tell you guys about it because I think it is important to improving and growing in whatever you're doing. Whew. Thank you so much for watching, my dudes, but before I let you go, I actually returned to Lighthouse Park for the first time since I filmed that video a long time ago, and I did that in preparation for this video. I gathered some clips, enough to put together a cinematic sequence to show you guys, so let's roll that.
You grabbed my hand and said to me, the boys outside, come dance with me. And now you've got a face that I just can't erase the thought of. Help me take my mind off me.
Thank you for listening to me talk to a camera today, my dudes. It is seriously kind of gross outside. So I swear when the weather clears up, we'll be out there. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in another one.